Hey guys, welcome to 3216 Mossy Rock Point. I know we're starting at kind of a weird place, but I wanted to start out here to show you the full driveway and stuff, as well as like this garage side. So this home was built in 2010. It is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath with a bonus room. 2507 square feet. We have it under contract at $435 with $5,000 in closing costs and the seller paying all commission. So one thing right off the bat that I noticed is that the garage door isn't closing all the way. Probably not a big deal. It probably just needs to be readjusted. And then I know for sure one of our questions was, where do these doors lead? These actually lead into that half bath, and we'll kind of explore that more in a second. I do love that you have water hose here. You do have 2 hot water spigots, and I'm kind of wondering if one of them's not, or I say hot water. You have 2 water spigots, and I'm wondering if one of them is a hot water spigot. And then you kind of have like this they've really taken really good care of this house, to be honest. I've been very impressed so far. All right, so we are gonna head back inside. I did like double check your questions before I started the video, but there might be a slight chance that I miss answering them in this video, and if I do, I'm gonna review them again and I will send text answers as well. You have this really awesome half circle driveway, and then also like the extended oversized driveway part over here leading into the garage. If you guys have any friends or anything local, it will be wonderful for guest parking for entertainment. I think I already mentioned how amazing the landscaping is. The roof does look just a little on the worn side. It doesn't look terrible. And then you do have this fountain that is such a nice touch, and it's functional. The fountain does technically stay. If this is something that we're wanting to stay, we do need to specifically ask for it, which we've already read the contract, so never mind. But if that is something that we're definitely wanting to stay, we can ask for it in the home inspection. We can still negotiate then. And on this side, I think the double door gate was on the other side, but we'll confirm when we go in the backyard. And then both of your units are on this side of the fence, which will be nice as far as like noise and stuff when you're in the backyard. It is a hot one today. We have another water hose here on this corner too. And then there's one on this corner. So we have the double door entryway. And this is kind of like a grayish green color. It's super pretty. And it honestly looks like relatively fresh. Does not look very old at all. Alrighty. So right through the front door, it is very open floor plan. We do have ceramic wood-like tile throughout, and then carpets in the bedrooms. Turn around and show you guys the entryway. So one thing, there is somewhat of a smell. However, I am super stopped up right now. There's something in Tennessee that kicks my booty every time we visit. And I can't tell. One thing I noticed, this is a little off topic. It wasn't this room. I noticed in this room, they have one of those fancy whole home diffusers. There is a chance that it could be that. There is a chance that it could be kind of a cat smell. I can't fully tell. I'm not a big fan of these like super fancy smells anyway, because to me they do kind of smell like cats. So I'm not 100% sure, but I did want to go ahead and like knock that out in the beginning. All right, so back to our tour. All right, so back at the front door, you do have built-in surround sound with this home. And we'll kind of move over here so you can see. So one thing to keep in mind, they have a lot of really big furniture. And they have a lot of really big wall art, so that does tend to make it kind of feel more crowded. Gas burning fireplace, and then they did do the marble or the quartz around the fireplace that matches the kitchen. We have a couple of built-ins over here, and then we have one on this side. Let's see if I can open this. Back in the day, this would have been where your TV went. They have converted it to just regular shelves now. And we'll go ahead and knock out these bedrooms so that I don't forget them. They are the only 2 bedrooms on this side. So this is guest bedroom number 1. So the carpets, I would say the carpets are in pretty good condition. These are like your higher end carpets that you do tend to see in like custom homes. They are from 2010, so they do have some mileage on them. But they're not terrible. You can just kind of, in my opinion, these like textured carpets, it kind of has like that waffle texture to it. In my opinion, they do tend to show like traffic more than your like typical builder grade. And then you do also have a tray ceiling in this bedroom. I have the double door closet. You have a rack on this side, a built-in, and then a rack on this side. Somebody's hidden birthday presents. And then over here we have guest bathroom number 1. I guess it is 2.5. So this would be your guest bathroom. You do have the double vanity, big mirror. Another thing, so all of the fixtures and stuff are very 2010. Changing out these fixtures will make a world of difference as far as like updating. Then we have toilet with a cabinet above it, and this is going to be the fiberglass insert shower tub combo. We have a linen closet here. And then we have guest bedroom number 2. These feel super similar in size. This is the one with the smell good thing. And then kind of the same situation with the carpets in here. Like you can just see like the traffic areas. I haven't really seen too much like staining. And there does tend to be like you can see the difference with that like textured. The top like texture, the taller tends to hold more of like the color and stuff. Or dirt, I guess is what it would be, not necessarily color. And then same double door closet over here. We don't have a built-in, so it is just the rack. This down here is probably your plumbing access for the bathroom. I'm pretty sure the faucet was on this side. You do have an eat-in dining room, and I plan on getting measurements of everything at the end. And then on this front window, we do have plantation shutters, which is nice. And then the kitchen, it feels and looks very small and like tucked away. You have breakfast bar here, undermount sink, but you have a ton of storage. You have like literally all of the cabinets you could dream of are in this kitchen. We got some drawers here in the middle. You have the undermount lights, appliance garage over here in the corner, some more drawers, and then a couple more cabinets on this side. They did do like the natural stone backsplash, which is nice. That is making a big comeback. And then they did like the raw edge, like marble granite tiles in here. One benefit is that you're not going to be able to really see any like nasty, dirty difference with the grout lines with this, since they are that brownish color. I do want to see if this opens and see if there's an outlet in here. Oh, there's no outlet, so that was before they actually got really cool. Now, a lot of times people will put outlets in it so that it is, you like truly appliance garage, that they just stay parked in there. So this hallway is going to be garage, laundry, and primary. So laundry, and they do carry, so this tile starts in the kitchen and they do carry it throughout this half of the house. So we'll start with the laundry room, washer and dryer. Over here we have a built-in ironing board. And then you do have like the folding bar. Oh, you do have the option for gas or electric dryer with this one too, which is nice. Right now, the thermostat is set to 72. It is 72 in the house, and it is about 97 outside. The rule of thumb is that your AC unit should be able to cool 20 degrees. So I do think we're good there. And this is heading, obviously I'm not an HVAC technician, disclosure. So I am just a real estate agent. This is going to be our primary. It is huge. You have all of the room for all of the things. King size bed and 2 nightstands. This furniture is like really, really big. So I'm going to come back to this corner. You do have the tray ceiling. I don't believe there's lights in it, but let me double check. I'm wondering if you have the option, because this should be for the fan and this should be, unless it's for the light on the fan. I'm not 100% sure there. And you do have built-in surround sound in here too. Now, as far as using built-in surround sound, I'm not much help there. That is something we can ask the seller about. And this is going to be a primary bathroom. You have clear glass looking out into your backyard. It does appear that they have like the UV tinted screen, so I'm willing to bet you cannot see in here, but we will confirm when we go into the backyard. You have double vanity. They are separate, so one on this side. We have water closet over here. You do have some storage. His and her closets. Sorry, my brain glitched out. I was thinking about the smell thing, because I smell it in here too. I haven't seen anything that belongs to a cat, so that is making me think maybe more that like diffuser. Jacuzzi tub. And this is going to be his side. I keep looking at, there it is. There. And then you do have a small built-in over on this back side over here by the door. Let me see if I can find the light switch for the other closet. And then you do have stall shower back here. I wonder if that was, there we go. It is the frameless glass door, but it does have the seals on it. And it does have tile around, completely around the entryway into the shower. A little bit on the smaller side. You do have a bench. These are like a smaller version of the tile that's in the kitchen. And then you do have like the rainfall kind of set up with the shower head. And they did take the tile up to the ceiling. And these are labradorite, which is always so pretty. If I can get it, probably can't really tell in the video, but there's usually like little shimmery flecks that are like blue-greenish looking. These are also super expensive countertops. You do have the 2010's ledge. This was definitely going out in 2010, but it was definitely a sign of like a status symbol back in the day. We also have these switches. Oh, so I think it might just go to the vent. Okay, maybe it's vent and heater. Okay. And then you also have security system panel here in this bathroom or bedroom. We already did laundry room. Now this is going to take us to the garage. You have another security system panel here. And then this is the pantry. Light switches out here. What? Builders hate me in light switches. Okay, so this is our pantry. It is under the stairs. But you do have a lot of storage room. You have like a little spice shelf back here. They've done like a rack for brooms and stuff. And then they've like carried it out back here into this part where it starts to slope down. But it is pretty like, it is one of the smaller doorways. It is a very good squeeze. I do like this built in here. And now we will head into the garage. This video feels like it's a lot longer than most of them. I apologize. All right, so garage. I will get measurements of this as well. Like I said, this more than likely just needs to be adjusted. It probably came down too far and picked itself back up. The door does look kind of on the newer side. It does also look like we might be in that like oversized garage space. We do have the ledge up here for some storage. You have an outlet here. These shelves do stay. Freezer. You have some more storage space on this side. But yeah, like this looks like it's definitely more than that, like 12 to 14 inch on both sides. So it should be considered an oversized garage. But we will measure just to be sure. This is our half bath. So out here in the garage. And it's probably, honestly, this was probably like a storage closet. You have a gigantic hot water heater out here. But it was probably a storage closet, and they finished it out and added a toilet for the pool. I'll just pop our heads out real quick. And so we're back on the garage side. Back out. So that is our half bath. I'm trying to keep like a running list of where I've been and where we need to go. I think the only thing left inside is upstairs. So we're gonna head up there. I, for some reason, had the hardest time recognizing that the staircase was right here when I first came in. And I had a whole moment of panic. So staircase is right off of the kitchen. I don't know why it didn't register, so I went straight to like this back corner, then I went to another corner and I checked all of the closet doors, and then I double checked MLS and I was like, this is a 3-bedroom. Oh my gosh, did we mess up? And then I came like rushing back out here. I was literally about to send a text and be like, did we know this was a 3-bedroom? And I recognized that the stairs were right there. It was a whole ordeal. Carpeted stairs. It does match the carpet in the bedrooms. And you can also see like your wear here. When I got here, the thermostat was set to 75 and it was holding at 75 in this room. I did bump it down to 72 and it is definitely cooling because it is much cooler up here. Oh yeah, and it's called up. So it's cooled 3 degrees in less than 20 minutes, I turned it down, went downstairs, walked outside, and started the video. So I do think that this room does well. This room is huge. You have 4 vents. Probably another reason why it is cooled so well up here. And an intake. Additionally, that HVAC unit should only supply this room. However, it was super big. It was the same as the other unit, so there is a chance that it splits. Well, no, your thermostat's up here, so that kind of negates that thought. This is going to be your attic access. So, handler, this is for unit number 2. I'm not gonna go far because it is so hot in here. I'm gonna pause here for a second so that we can like investigate. I think it's something about the insulation. It's so hot in here. There's our other handler. You have a lot of storage space though. And the insulation looks like it's decent for what I know about insulation. We just had blown in insulation redone in our attic to help combat the heat. So let me get back out of here. This is a little tiny door. I feel like I may have talked about this with you guys before, but safety thing, so I feel like it doesn't hurt to talk about it again. I would 100% put a deadbolt on here. I would put a deadbolt on it, the 2-way deadbolt that has that takes the key on both sides, and I would keep this thing deadbolted and I would hide the key. Just because the last thing you need, and I'm going to bump this up so that I don't forget to. The last thing you need is for a kiddo to get shut up in there, especially with how hot this attic is. Attic being so hot could be 2 things. It could be that the insulation is doing a kick booty job. It could be that it needs another vent or something to help keep the attic cool. I will say, judging by how well the house is cooled, it's probably that the insulation is doing a really good job, but the home inspector will be able to tell you for sure. Also, so I'm going to try to talk about home inspectors. You know, I get distracted. So, in my email that I will make sure I get sent over as soon as I finish this, it is going to have recommendations for home inspectors. If you have not picked anyone yet, some pipes, that's interesting. It's probably some drain pipes or something. If you have not picked one yet, my first recommendation is always Stephanie Peters with Peace of Mind Home Inspection. Then second and third, they're kind of tied. Paul Pickett with House Call and Jacob Thurman with HDMK. We do have a window unit out here. This is not heated and cooled, so it is not included in the square footage. However, having vents and ductwork ran out here, this would be able to be considered completed square footage and would add value in the future. Where was that? The home inspectors. Mini fridge. I think this is a griddle. Oh, burner. They probably used to have a grill here. They now have a little pizza oven and then a sink. And this was 100% professionally done. You have real windows, real brick, and it was done really well. You might notice there's a slight slope. This was more than likely a patio and enclosed after the fact, especially considering the setup. It is normal and like a standard for this back patio to have a slight slope to keep the water away from your house. Back to home inspectors. With home inspectors, the best place, in my opinion, to get opinions and experiences and reviews is going to be the Barksdale Spouses page, Girls Run the World, which is a big local Facebook group, the Barksdale Housing Resource page, or Stationed at Barksdale AFB. So those three are probably or four are gonna be your best bets as far as getting like raw, real experiences from people. I personally, all three of the inspectors I've used, I've personally used for my home inspections with past purchases. Double gate metal enforced, which is a beautiful feature. Also love this walkway. And like I said, I'm willing to bet this is 100% on purpose to take you back to that bathroom. Huge backyard. The fence has definitely been redone, and either redone or really well taken care of and power washed, because there's no way that this fence is like 15 years old. Trying to think of anything else that I need to talk about. Do you have a couple of raised beds? You have some really good mature trees on the other side of your fence. It is like probably close to 4 right now. My watch is dead. Give you an idea of sun. I'm gonna walk around the pool. This shape is very interesting. I guess it's maybe like a butterfly shape. I do think it looks well maintained. You can tell that there's like some color, like discoloration. It's probably getting close to needing to resurface. I have like an area for a table. I'm honestly shocked that this house has not sold yet. Another thing, I'm gonna just poke my camera up over the fence for now. You do have a gate that leads out here, so I'm willing to bet your property line probably goes back just a little further. We will want to look into that at least enough to know if this is something that you're responsible for maintaining. You can tell they really loved this house. I really love this house. I think it's a really good fit for you guys. I do need to like kick it into high gear so I can get measurements and stuff for my appointments over. Shed. Good condition. We'll double check the age. I am still waiting for the agent to send me a copy of the property disclosures. I'm willing to bet some monies that she is waiting for her transaction coordinator to do it tomorrow. Tammy Montgomery is one of our biggest, she runs one of the biggest teams in the area. Pool pump. Do you have it behind this little fence? It's not super loud at all. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it because I do have my AirPods in and it does do the noise canceling. But it's not like you're going to be yelling over each other while you're in the backyard in the pool. And I love this is like a French drain. We do have some sprinklers built in to that area. I'm pretty sure that's a sprinkler head, but I don't remember seeing a sprinkler system. I'm not 100% sure what this is either. Another spigot. Have a little downspout. All right, I think that wraps this up. I'm going to go back through the questions you guys had and make sure I get those answered before I leave. And I'm going to grab some measurements. So, we will get home inspection scheduled. So I've already turned everything over to Steffion and John. They typically don't work on the weekends unless it's urgent. So they'll probably reach out to you. I think Steffion works on new files after lunch so that she can make sure she gets existing files knocked out. But she has like an email that she'll send over asking about home inspector and stuff. We will get that scheduled once you guys pick a home inspector. And then we'll turn everything over to the title company and your lender. And I think that's kind of it for now. We'll get property disclosures to... Oh, I know why I got on this. For the home inspection, if there's anything that we missed today that we need to take a double look at, I do, as long as I'm available, and as long as the home inspector doesn't finish up early and leave before I get here, I do come back and do the walkthrough with the home inspector. We can either schedule a call for the walkthrough or a FaceTime, or you can schedule a call with the home inspector afterwards for questions. And then also, if there's anything else we missed, I can definitely double back down, do another video, and make sure we get that information then. So we're at 30 minutes. I'm going to hop off here and measure some stuff. I hope you guys love this house. I think it's actually really good. I think it's been really well maintained and really well loved. So, all right. Have a good Sunday.